A few years back, I ended up making a gift for somebody, and what that gift was basically a piece of wood, but it had a starry night burned inside of it. And this project was very fun for me to do, and I wanted to do something like it, and I planned on doing something like it a lot sooner than what ended up happening, but, many years later, I ended up getting around to it again. So I was looking through a bunch of my favorite movies and some of my favorite video games and stuff, just looking for inspiration as to what I could burn into wood next. And when I was going through an art book that I found a picture of Botticelli's Primavera. And this is one of my favorite paintings, and for some reason I just never got around to doing anything with it. I like to make my own versions of different art pieces that already exist, but this one hadn't happened, so as you can see, what I just finished doing was I basically colored the entire backside of Primavera with graphite, and this allows me to flip it over, and what you'll see I'm doing here is I'm actually tracing it. Whenever I'm done tracing it, you'll see on the other side that it's outlined perfectly for me to burn the piece in. So yeah, I'm using a red pen right now to help me indicate where I have and haven't already drawn, because it just sort of makes it easier to see what has and hasn't happened. One thing I find particularly interesting about this piece is that nobody really knows anything about it. I mean, people associate it with the Greek gods, which just because it's a very famous topic point for Sandro Botticelli, but nobody actually knows what the scene is or anything. So you'll see that on the other end of it, whenever I flip it back around, there's obviously a number of people to it. So the heated pen basically just plugs into the wall, and the way it works is it heats up the very tip of it, and from there I can just darken the wood up to however I like it. So, lighter parts will have less pressure and less heat to them, and darker colors will have more exposure to the pen. Off on the left, I started with drawing Mercury, who is the messenger god, basically. And now, bear in mind, it's been a while since the last time I saw Hercules, so I might be a little off about what I'm saying. But right next to him, we also have the three graces, who are, I don't think they're gods, they're just supposed to represent beauty and I think chastity as well. And right next to them, we get Venus, who is, again, the goddess of beauty and love. And if we look right on over her, we actually get Cupid, who is supposed to, I don't know, maybe I watch too many cartoons, but I just sort of think, you get shot by Cupid's arrow and you fall in love, and he's pointed it at one of the three graces, so yeah, they might watch out for that. And actually, just to the right of Venus, we have Flora, who is the goddess of flowers. After Flora, we get Chloris, who is being abducted by Zephyrus, who is the god of the west wind. And the interesting thing is, according to mythology, Zephyrus transforms Chlora into Flora, so in this painting she's actually holding on to herself. Another interesting thing about this painting is that it actually features 500 different plant species, including 200 different identifiable types of flowers. And after a little more touch-up, I was done with the project. I plan on doing more videos like this in the future, where I just draw something and then I speed it up, and then I worry about doing some post-commentary about it a little later. So be sure to look out for that, as well as watch some of my older videos. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned.